Marvel should introduce Captain Britain to bring in one missing MCU team that could connect the multiverse saga. The MCU might introduce one of Marvel's big multiverse teams, with different versions of Captain Britain at the helm to tie together various projects in the multiverse saga. Since wrapping up the Infinity Saga, Marvel Studios has been diving deep into the multiverse idea in the MCU, as seen in shows like Loki, movies like Spider-Man No Way Home, and the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Even though Phases 5 and 6 are gearing up to explore the multiverse even more, we're still waiting for a major multiverse team to show up. Phase 4 utilized the multiverse to offer fresh takes on several established MCU heroes. Loki introduced various Loki variants, No Way Home brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, and Multiverse of Madness showcased Earth 838's Illuminati, consisting of variants from a different reality. This concept is poised to play a significant role in the MCU's future, with rumors suggesting the appearance of more multiversal teams like the Council of Reeds. However, one of Marvel Comics' most prominent multiversal teams has yet to make an appearance. In Marvel Comics, the Captain Britain Corps is a significant team across the multiverse. Brian Braddock first appeared as Captain America in Marvel Comics' 1976 Captain Britain #1. However, it wasn't until The Mighty World of Marvel #13 in 1984 that the Captain Britain Corps was introduced. Founded by Merlin, his daughter Roma, and Sir James Braddock, the Corps consists of various versions of Captain Britain from different realities. Each Captain Britain is powered by a matrix of exotic particles, which originate from weak points between dimensions, found at versions of the British Isles across different realities. The Captain Britain Corps, they're like the ultimate guardians of the universe, swooping in to keep all those dimensions in check. Picture this team of heroes all coming together to make sure those gateways between worlds stay safe and sound. And guess what? From the 616 universe, not one, not two, but three amazing heroes have rocked the Captain Britain title. First up, we've got Brian Braddock, then his twin sis Betsy, and rounding it off, Kelsey Lee Kirkland. Now here's the kicker. Even though they're not clones or anything, these heroes would totally fit right in with the live-action MCU. In Avengers Endgame, there's a sneaky nod to the potential MCU appearance by Brian Braddock, aka Captain Britain. During Steve Rogers and Tony Stark's trip back to S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Camp Lehigh base in the 70s, Peggy Carter mentions that Braddock hasn't checked in recently. Now this could be a subtle hint at Braddock's existence in the MCU. In the comics, Braddock takes on the Captain Britain mantle after a motorcycle accident leaves him seriously injured, so maybe his absence in the MCU was due to a similar mishap. Peggy's mention of Braddock could indeed refer to Brian's father, Sir James Braddock, a key figure in the Captain Britain Corps. But even if that's the case, it still hints at the possibility of Brian Braddock donning the Captain Britain mantle in the MCU. Phase 4's What If series shook things up with Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter after taking the super soldier serum. Despite her British background, she wasn't dubbed Captain Britain, leaving room for Brian's debut. Plus, with the tease in Avengers Endgame, it feels like the perfect setup for his entrance into the MCU's multiverse saga. Also, Captain Britain Corps can set up the MCU's X-Men. In Marvel Comics lore, while Brian Braddock was the original Captain Britain for the 616 universe, his twin sister eventually took on the mantle after Brian's defeat by the alternate Captain Britain. Betsy Braddock's tenure as Captain Britain was brief, marked by a showdown with the villain Slaymaster that left her blinded. But being a mutant meant her heroic journey was far from over. Betsy transitioned to become a key member of the X-Men, adopting the moniker Psylocke, using her telepathic prowess and the ability to manifest psychic weapons. In Fox's X-Men films, Psylocke had her moment, portrayed by both Mi-Ling Melanson and Olivia Munn. But with the MCU now in play, there's an opportunity to reintroduce her alongside Captain Britain. Betsy's stint as Captain Britain in the comics, though short, offers a neat narrative for MCU adaptation, laying the groundwork for the Captain Britain Corps within the multiverse saga. It's a chance to give the character the depth and justice she deserves, especially considering the mixed reception to her previous portrayals in the Fox franchise. Now the big question, where could the Captain Britain Corps debut in the MCU? The MCU's multiverse saga seems like the perfect stage for the Captain Britain Corps to make their grand entrance. considering their pivotal role in safeguarding the multiverse. And guess what? There's been some buzz lately linking former Superman star Henry Cavill to the role of Brian Braddock. Now, nothing set in stone yet, but speculation kicked into high gear after Cavill parted ways with the new DC Universe project helmed by James Gunn. Here's the kicker. Henry Cavill himself is a fan of Captain Britain. After catching wind of some fan art depicting him as the character, he was totally on board with the idea. In fact, when asked about joining the MCU, Cavill mentioned seeing the fan art and thought it'd be pretty cool to step into Brian Braddock's shoes. He even drew inspiration from Chris Evans' modernized portrayal of Captain America for how he'd approach the role. Now, here's the plot twist. When Cavill made these remarks, he was still tied to Warner Brothers, but with the DCEU chapter closed, it opens up the possibility for him to take on the mantle of Captain Britain. Talk about a perfect fit, right? Marvel Studios Phases 5 and 6 are shaping up to be a goldmine for potential Captain Britain core appearances. With the possibility of their own dedicated project in Phase 6, the anticipation is through the roof. Keep an eye on British actress Olivia Colman's role in the upcoming Secret Invasion series on Disney+. There's a chance her character could tie into Captain Britain, especially given the significant role the core play in the British segments of Marvel Comics' Secret Invasion storyline. And let's not forget about Captain America: New World Order. This could serve as a subtle nod to Captain Britain's debut, alongside the MCU's newest Captain America, possibly paving the way for Thunderbolts. While the timing might lean toward Brian Braddock's MCU debut as Captain Britain in Phase 6, envisioning a crossover with the Avengers to cap off the multiverse saga, the big question remains, who will don the iconic suit? Henry Cavill seems like a dream fit, but if he's eyeing another role like Cyclops, fear not, there are other stellar candidates waiting in the wings. I'll tell you mine in a sec, but who's on your shortlist? Mine starts with Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam sounds like a solid contender for the role of Captain Britain, especially given his background in Arthurian mythology from King Arthur: Legend of the Sword. Not to mention, the guy's practically a dead ringer for the character, both in looks and demeanor. From his time in Sons of Anarchy to his portrayal of King Arthur himself, Hunnam's proven he's got the chops to tackle the heroic and no-nonsense sides of Captain Britain. Plus, his versatility in roles like The Gentleman seals the deal. With that kind of track record, it's easy to see why he'd be a top pick to bring Brian Braddock to life on the big screen. Another is Riz Ahmed. Riz Ahmed definitely brings a fresh perspective to the table. Despite gaining recognition from blockbusters like Venom and Rogue One, it's his standout performances in films like Sound of Metal and Four Lions that truly showcase his talent. In a landscape where superhero fatigue looms, the MCU could use a jolt of unexpected energy, and casting Ahmed as Captain Britain could be just the ticket. He has the ability to infuse the character with both gravitas and depth, all while injecting that dry British humor we loved in Four Lions. Plus, it would be a fantastic opportunity for Marvel Studios to represent the diverse tapestry of Britain, particularly its Pakistani community. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for regular updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.